All right, so market action so far right here in NQ is not the best one. I would say it's one you want to avoid. Uh, what we've done so far is just we opened up uh, some buyers factoring right here, showing responsiveness in this week. Came right here and seller stepped in immediately. Some consolidation and just we they brought us right here to low of day with following action, some green candles, probably some buyers showing responsiveness, but sellers have been factored in from this drop right here, and they brought us right here to this demand. Right now, we did show some responsive right here, even we created 5-minute demand right here with the drop base and then a rally. Now we're just hanging over there. BWAP, not the best action. I would say it's the action you definitely want to avoid. But I'm more inclined towards the bull side, seen right here with this responsiveness on the demand zone, the 2-hour demand zone, and with this week's that sellers they haven't been able to bring us lower than this. Definitely looks like weak buying and weak selling. They're not showing effort. There's like some grabbing liquidity on this area, so trying to gauge a plan on this. Okay, so I'm becoming to become a little more interest in this, just because we're breaking out of this range. There's definitely some weak buying. There's like a wall of resistance on this area right here. Buyers, they were just not able to bring us above this, where we could have have intraday close to gauge a plan to the upside, targeting this 1-hour supply. Now we're just coming to this demand right here. I don't know, signifying these weak buyers. I wouldn't want to play calls right away, even though it could have worked. I'm a little more inclined to have weak buying at demand. What we just need is some VVM to potentially play calls, targeting this 2-hour. Confirmations could be, this, every rally has been getting sold into, kind of, for making lower lows. There's some sellers factor in. They need to show some effort. Creating right now some 5-minute rally, but this is a basic candle that's this drop. Now, I really want to see how participants are going to react right here. It's just about pinpointing an entry for the short side or long side, just for any play, pinpointing the entry. But I'm really liking, I'm not really liking this. I'm just trying to gauge auction process on this. While ES being, there's not really a lot of volume. Same with sold off from supply, and did not play this. It was not on my plan. Definitely, puts have been the least favorable play. But what we're doing is just every rally has been getting sold into. It's a little choppy for my liking. Volume's not the greatest one. And here on NQ, same, it's a little choppy. Volume's not great, even though I say we need to break out of range for each side to have a quality play. Targeting probably this dimension right here. So see what happens. I'll start recording again if I see something of interest. My plan could definitely be, now the buyers are showing responsiveness, for every buyer there's a seller, and right now what I'm seeing is that this seller right here that has been bringing us each time down, whenever we're above probably this area, that seller needs to cover. It's going to be on the water, So I will want to um, probably pinpoint the entry whenever we're above this. Probably a pullback into this target in the supply zone, with always with the risk reward that needs to make sense. But right now what I'm seeing is, this participant that has brought us down each time, same right here, just I'm gonna put it with yellow circles. If we're above 15365, that seller is gonna be in pain. The thing is, the volume is not convincing, and you're prone to fake outs whenever volume is low. But I'll probably pinpoint, an entry above here. I would say tight stop, but we need to see some VVM, definitely signifying that buyers are factor in. But I like the effort. I like how we made higher low. Sorry, right here. I think I'll have my contract loaded up. Calls, QQQ calls right here. So I'm just trying to gauge, pinpoint the entry that needs to make sense, because definitely, there's nothing stopping us from coming right here. They're selling off, signifying that this seller is responsive. So we need to see a little more reaction, a little more volume, I would say, as well. But let's see what ends up happening. And just something that I do every time I get in a trade, I'd say if my risk, makes sense right here. If I get in long right now, where is my stop? My stop that would make sense will be on low of the day. So we definitely need a pullback, probably coming right here, and then having some reaction from buyers that they're gonna, bring us higher as well. So, but the thing is not having FOMO. If you buy all the way right here, as we're seeing reaction from sellers right now, where are you gonna stop out? Because then definitely can, curl down and, sell off and bring us lower. But as of now, I like the reaction buyers are having. What you always need to have is a pullback. But there's definitely some sellers right now. Look at this higher wick. There are some sellers right here in this area, signifying by this. Buyers were factoring on this low, came right here and brought us down to demand. Now we're doing a higher high. What we need to see is, pinpoint the entry that needs to make sense with the pullback. But on a higher time frame, probably a 5 minute. But it's a little too overextended right now. You need to pull back probably into VWAP, and then bring us higher. So the volume's not the greatest one. That's the only thing that's stopping me from playing right now. So I'm in one contract of QQQ calls. I like how we're just consolidating right here. Sellers are not able to bring us down, and we're showing some responsiveness shown by this wicks right here. We just need a little more VVM, some buyers stepping in. Have my contract right here, 113. I got in this candle right here. Got in this candle, I think. But I like how we're consolidating. We're showing some responsiveness right here. My stop loss is this one right here, but I like how right away buyers are defending it. Just need a little more effort from buyers, potentially go and rally to supply. Let's see. Trade is not working out right away. Nothing wrong with it. You just gotta be patient. The thing is the volume, which that's screwing everything up. But patiently waiting for this to see if we definitely buyers will step in. I think we're creating. Yeah, we're consolidating on the 15-minute 15-minute time chart. Time frame right here, probably for a potential, rally. I think on the 5-minute, this looks a little better. I think we created 5-minute demand. This man right here that got defended pretty well. But let's see what happens right now. Not the best entry on my part. I was expecting more effort from buyers as soon as we broke out of this flag. But let's see what happens. So I got stopped out in this golfing candle right now. Definitely, sellers definitely being reactive in this area, showing effort. Definitely, buyers not really showing effort on this. It was a very small loss. Nothing around about it. I like my plan. I like how trade management didn't get scared by these pullbacks, but market's just not on agreement on this analysis. But nothing wrong about it. Now we need to pinpoint better entries, or just to see which participant are going to be the most pain to potentially play probably long side right now. The market's not on the greatest condition right now, so it's definitely that as well. Okay, so what I'm seeing right now that I'm definitely a little more interested in, I think it makes a little more sense, but look at how we created this strong 50-minute demand right now, right? Buyers factor in this area. Now we're putting a pullback. No, so I want to see how we gauge this area. It's congruent with VWAP. Buyers definitely, they leverage a VWAP. Let's see how we react if we can, defend this pullback, or if sellers are really going to be, active in this area. Nothing wrong about it. The first loss, was very minimal. My reward was very high compared to my risk. Would have been more of a scalp. But 15-minute did not make much sense as it was making sense for me, at least for me, in the 1 minute. But let's see how we defend. If we would defend this, definitely sellers are really factoring. I think it's a little too choppy. Well, let's see how we defend. It was a 50-minute demand that we created. I want to see probably an immediate reaction signifying that buyers are factoring, like this VWAP right now. Let's see. You gotta be patient. Have risk. I'll put probably my risk just below VWAP. And then signifying. I think I will play the same contract. But let's see what happens. If I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. Nothing wrong about it. But definitely there's some sellers right here that brought us down. If we sold off right here, probably into the man, I want to see how, just the reaction of either other participant. There's some weak buying to actually play puts, but I don't like switching from bullish to bearish. And not even it does not make sense right now when we created this fresh 50-minute demand. Even though volume's not really, it's not the greatest one, but the play for the short side was more of weak buying right here on demand, which we did not get. So I feel like market's playing a little games. Definitely you gotta be patient on this, So let's see what happens. Let's see what the market brings us. Okay, what I'm interpreting right now on the market, definitely these sellers right here are being very responsive, very aggressive, shown right now that we're not doing any reaction whatsoever at this 50-minute demand. No reaction. So right now we're in a tight range. To be honest, that's what I'm not liking right now. I'd rather stay a little more sideline, but this demand zone right now definitely can work, but with this responsiveness from sellers, I'll be more inclined to play weak rally into demand, or in a point where I'll be proven wrong, meaning I will have to find risk in a weak rally targeting this. What we need to do is break out of range, even though break below this range could definitely be a low of the day fake out. If sellers really put pressure, I would gauge to playing that. It's not a bad plan at all, but we're in a range up down, up down. I got faked out on this, Probably they were trying to make the market look strong, and I got faked out on there. But you know, it's a very, very minimal loss. Now, you know, you gotta be reactive enough to see what the picture, you know, the picture the market's telling you right now. It's a little choppy, to be honest. You know, as I was saying, you know, this is just up and down. We need to break definitely out of range. But I would want to have, you know, some responsive sellers at this demand with the weak buying. Even though this has been a point where buyers have definitely defended before, wouldn't want to play, you know, wouldn't want to be a first buyer over here, having demand so close, and you know, with the responsive sellers that we're having right now. So it's just about, you know, interpreting, you know, whatever clue the market's giving at you. It's definitely some responsive sellers. I mean, look at this, you know, right away trying to come right here, you know, candle being shut down. So let's see if we get that wick rally, even though we're coming to lunch hours where definitely the market's not the best one. Let's see what happens right now. You know, you gotta be reactive in all scenarios. Right now, this area right here is being defended by buyers, but I think for me it's more of a relief bounce. I think this is just coming right here. It's probably gonna come into this area, make it look strong above VWAP, and then this seller will react, bringing us to this demand zone. I'm still staying sidelined from the last trade that stopped me out, but you know, clues that market's giving to me is that, you know, definitely buyers are being weak, and you know, sellers are being a lot more responsive. The 5-minute candle, 5-minute time chart, this potentially could become a rally based drop. If this closes as a basing candle, then we drop. But let's see how we end up reacting. Definitely some weak buying. Definitely some weak buying in this area. Definitely sellers are stepping in. I wouldn't want to get in short right now, even though it could work. My risk will be very minimal if I get right now, but you know, I would rather want to, you know, have some reaction right here for just for a better entry. This as if could definitely work, could definitely backfire on me, even though it's definitely working right now. Let's see what happens. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I feel like market's giving a lot of mixed signals. Definitely too choppy. At least my speculation was breaking out of range. It did not happen. Seller stepped in again, but definitely some action. It's not the best one. Now we're coming to lunch hours. You know, volume's extremely dead. You know, we've traded, you know, little over half our daily average, 287,000 lots. So I think I'm gonna just stop recording this. It's giving some mixed signals, you know, some lower lows but then higher highs, close to demand, some strange action. I feel like this is just grabbing liquidity. So, you know, very small loss, nothing wrong about it. Definitely some more to learn about it. You know, with this low volume, this was just a fake out, making trying to make the market that's strong and then just so off. So at least I have my stop loss. It was very, very tight, nothing wrong about it, just market was not in agreement. But I think when I end it here.